And I did. I hated every single second of it. But it was the best thing that I could have ever done in my life. Mindset is everything. You know, what you say, so shall be. And I think mindset too is a big thing in real estate. You just never know what life holds for you. The thing is, like, people don't see your signs because either they're small or they're busy. They just don't stand out. I should have been growing more. I should have been recruiting, because whenever you do lose people, it takes a lot of your production with you.
All right, we are here today with another episode of the Reside Platform podcast. And I'm excited today because we have a guest that I don't know that well. So I'm going to get to know you more on the show. And that is Tonya Harbin. Tonya, how are you?
I am good. Thank you for having me.
Yes. And you just told me that this is your first time doing a podcast. So I'm super honored.
Yeah, I'm very excited to be on it.
So I'll just give everybody a quick rundown of your bio here. You've been an agent since 2007, right? You're in Abilene, Texas. You sell a ton of homes in Abilene, and you started your team in 2015.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were the first. We were the first team in Abilene. Abilene's always behind the times.
First team in 2015. So, like, you started 2015. I think I started my team around the same time too.
Did you? Oh, this is our office dog. He just got here.
I'm a big fan of office dogs too. Good. So one of the top teams in your market, and I want to talk about like how you came up, because we were just talking about it. You were a Mary Kay director. Tell us about that, because I think it's awesome.
Yes. Well, you know, we lived in Dallas whenever we first got married, and, you know, had my second child and wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, you know. So I started Mary Kay and actually became a director within 6 weeks. But to do that, so my director used to work for Michael Jordan. She was the marketing director for him. And so she scared the crap out of me. I mean, she was very intimidating. And the whole thing, you know, because we're in a big city then, was you would go to Starbucks and she would be like, okay, you need to go up to this lady and like stop her, and you tell her like how great her makeup looked. And here's the thing about me. I do not like makeup at all. Like, I get dressed as quickly as I can. That's just not my thing. So I didn't even really believe in it, because I just, you know, didn't really like it. But I had to walk up to people, tell them, oh, your eyeshadow looks so great. You know, I'm just making this crap up. And the whole point was I had to get their information to invite them to a training.
Wow.
But what I did, I literally I hated every single second of it. But it was the best thing that I could have ever done in my life, because number one, I learned I'm an introvert. I mean, in fifth grade, they thought something was wrong with me because I was so shy. Like, the teacher told my mom, she's like, I think something because she won't talk. Like, I was extremely introverted. And so that taught me how to walk up to people. And through Mary Kay, I don't know how much you know about Mary Kay, but like, mindset is everything. You know, what you say, so shall be, you know, just all of these things that I learned through that process. So I did Mary Kay for probably like 4 or 5 years, and then ended up starting real estate. And I think that so much of that training, you know, attributes to the success that we've had in real estate, and, you know, like calling leads, you know, doing all the things that maybe I would not have wanted to do had I not had that experience.
Yeah. So when you're walking up to people, let's talk about that sales process. You're walking up to random women.
Scary.
Yeah. Like, I'm thinking you're walking up to random women in a Starbucks, complimenting them on their makeup in the hopes that they think that they know enough about makeup that they'll come to an event and then potentially sell Mary Kay as well.
Yes. I mean, they had a whole thing. It wasn't like you did facials and parties at home. They had a training center. I mean, they had this thing like going on. And so, but yeah, it was really scary. And what I would always tell the agents is, if I could do that, you can make a phone call, it's not the end of the world if you get rejected. So,
Yeah, that's
and
a
I think that
big
was a big
thing.
lesson.
Absolutely. That's like I have so much respect for anyone that goes like on a religious mission. Because
Yeah.
now you're like also knocking on doors, random people, selling something that nobody really wants to hear, right? Sometimes
Yeah.
in a different language. And I feel like Mary Kay has a similar, like, how long has the company been around for? 100 years plus, right?
Yeah. A long time. So, but I think, they have so many things on your mindset. And I think mindset too is a big thing in real estate. I think people get down on themselves or they get scared. You're starting real estate, what do you do? I mean, who knew? I mean, really, I started real estate. I was staying at home with my kids. We'd moved back to Abilene. I planted 28 shrubs in my yard one day and I thought, what the heck am I doing? I don't even like manual labor, like whatsoever. That's just not me. I don't like cooking. I don't like any of that stuff.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, so I started real estate and it's just been a really fun thing that I've done.
So,
Who knew you'd be here from doing, Mary Kay, planting shrubs, and then, running a team. You just never know what life holds for you.
it's always like the fascinating journey. Like I've heard that real estate is like often like the second or third career for people, right? Like Nana, well, for me, I had no aspirations of like, I just wanted to sell some houses to pay my bills, right? And then now here we are. So do you think that having that training from Mary Kay helped you like accelerate your real estate career when you got started in 2007?
Yes, I mean, 2007, obviously, the market sucked.
Yeah.
I thought, okay, well, if I could sell a house a month, that'd be great. And I think I saw like 18 houses that year, which isn't great, but I mean, it was 2007.
I think it's great.
So, yeah, just showed up. I implemented a lot of the things that I learned from Mary Kay, and a lot of that really was mindset. That's just always been a big thing for me, visualizing things, um, just thinking in my head about things and then implementing it.
Manifesting and
Mhm.
positive energy and this stuff. Yeah, I'm big. I'm big into that. I write down my manifestations and my little affirmations every day. I just did about an hour ago because it's only 7 a.m. right here. That's
Yeah,
cool.
it's crazy because so many things like that I would always like put in my head like to go to sleep. Like you would have, I don't know if you've ever done this, but like I would always just imagine things that were happening and they ended up always coming true. So there you go. What you think really happens.
I believe in manifesting. I have a ton of this house where I live. I manifested this 100%. So because
I
I
did
used to
that
live about
too.
yes, great. See, that's awesome. I used to live like
I
300
love
yards
that.
away on a ranch, and I had a couple acres, and I used to breed like big dogs, so I'd take them for a walk every morning to the back of my pasture, and I saw them building these super expensive houses back here at the end. And I said, my dream, one day, one day, one day, and then it happened. So yeah, it totally can happen. Good. I love that stuff. So when we met in Tahoe, you did this lights out presentation. And after I had spoken to many, John Cheppel actually been in Tahoe for the viewers and listeners. After the event, I had spoken to many of the attendees, people that I coach and people that I am friends with and people that are both. And everyone loved your presentation. So like we barely got to meet afterwards. We were sitting in the casino. You guys had come back from dinner. I was having a drink with some people and we got to chat for a second.
Hmm.
I want you, the listeners and viewers, to kind of share like, or to hear like your thoughts on the marketing and branding stuff that you talked about.
So, I mean, for us, we're in a small town. I mean, smaller. Abilene's around 120,000 population. And then we have a couple of, really small cities outside. So our thing was to be well known. We started out, when I started a team, we were Keller Williams. So, of course, our colors were red, black, and white. And during COVID, I decided we need to change everything. Like, our signs were so busy and I just wanted to clean everything up. So we went through all kinds of colors. Like at first, I think we were going to do like a teal blue. I mean, we had, all kinds of things up on the wall. My favorite color has always been pink. I was very nervous to do pink. So I kind of, put that aside. But finally, I thought, love it or hate it, that hot pink, you're going to see it. And I remember whenever I used to show homes a lot, people would always call me and they'd ask me about a house. So I'd go drive by it because I couldn't find it in MLS, and it's like an estate sign, And the thing is, like, people don't see your signs because either they're small or they're busy. They just don't stand out. So I wanted something that stood out. I had seen somebody else. So I went onto Facebook and I searched everybody's signs, like almost so many realtors, they have their signs on Facebook. So I finally found Amy Winans, and
Cool.
she had these really big signs. And we'd already decided on pink, and then hers were pink too. Actually, I think Jason, his were turquoise. I found his first, and then I figured out that he had got them from Amy. And I literally had to search for probably a month to figure out who made it. So, but they're these really big signs. I mean, they go up to about right here on me. But I wanted them. I mean, the thing is, they only weigh like 3 pounds. So they're amazing signs, but you see them when you're driving down the road, and that's free advertising. I mean, you have a listing, you have a sign, and I wanted people to be able to see it. I wanted it to be clean. And you know what's so crazy is even people that have been with me, that have left my team and have like been with our branding and everything, they come out with these little bitty signs. And I'm just like, you cannot see them. We wanted it just to be noticed. So, but yeah, so we did everything. It's hot pink and navy, everywhere I go. If I go to an event, that's like has to do with real estate, I always wear pink just because I want people to know, because that's my brand.
Yeah.
So,
I love it. How much of an influence do you think Mary Kay has on the pink?
Probably a lot. I never even thought about that.
Oh, really? Yes, because as we're
Yeah.
this,
Yeah, I can stand that pink bathtub. Yeah, I got to you got to like take a picture in our pink bathtub in our office whenever we were directors, which was really cool. So I can that probably manifested that somehow.
Oh, yeah. So the big signs and the bright pink. Tell us more about like your branding and how you're using that to get business locally.
People stop in all the time and, they'll know us just from our color. So, and it's funny, other agents sometimes will copy the color, but then people think that that's us. So that's how well known that we are. Being in a smaller town, we have 3 universities here, we're in the Bible Belt of Texas. So 3 Christian universities. And we've had one that's asked to partner with us just because of our marketing. So, we've gotten business out of things just because, our team has done such a good thing of marketing, but they're also very consistent. So everything that we do, has pink in it somehow.
That's so cool. A university reached out?
Mm-hmm. And it's really neat. So like at their football games, they run a commercial. So we get to pick a charity that, to sponsor at each one that wouldn't get recognition otherwise. So that runs during their games. For their basketball games, they call out, like, we got to buy 2 recliners and they're on the floor. So, they call out 2 names and they get to go sit down on the floor seats. And plus, like, of course, we have our Raving Fans Club through Facebook. So like we give away tickets and, to football games, basketball games, all those fun things. So our Raving Fans Club led that too.
Yeah. I wrote that down at an event. I think Lori Reeder told me about it years ago. I still don't have it.
You don't have a Raving Fans Club?
I know.
Oh my gosh.
Tell everybody about that because I think it's great.
So, every past client, we invite them into our Facebook group. And of course, we also send out emails and stuff. But within our Facebook group, we do giveaways. So like we'll do $25 gift cards, for coffee. And we'll ask like, what's your local favorite coffee shop? And then whoever wins will go get a gift card for that coffee shop. Sometimes, we'll do the giveaways. Sometimes we'll have bigger giveaways. And then of course, like we post just things that are going on around town because we just want to keep in contact with them. And then we also do just all kinds of different giveaways. So, our client events. That's what I was going to say. We post about our client events. We do 5 client events a year. And we always have a really good time. We even rent out the zoo. So that's a lot of fun. But, in Abilene, our zoo is smaller. So it's an affordable thing to do.
Yeah. I'm super curious now. I have so many questions at the same time. So when somebody closes escrow, you send them an invite to the Facebook group.
Mm-hmm.
One invite, or do you send them a couple times?
A couple times. Until they, get in. And we also like have the link. So like if they don't opt into it, we have it in our emails that we send out too. So we have a ton of people in our Raving fans Facebook group.
And is it all past clients or other people too?
No, that group is only past clients. Now, whenever we're doing events, a lot of them we invite whoever. Like we have our radio guy outside, doing a broadcast about it.
Awesome. Love that. So you invite everybody. What percentage do you think actually join the Facebook group?
I would say probably at least 50-60%. We have a pretty big following in there.
Did you get that idea from Lori too, or someone else?
Did you ever know Danny Burks in Tyler, Texas? Whenever I started doing like radio and TV, he was so kind and invited us to Tyler, and he taught us about his Raving Fans Club, about doing an agent mega bonus. So that's something that we got from Danny and we do. So yeah, he taught us a lot of different things.
And then who manages the content on the Facebook group? The hardest
part.
Marketing
team.
Okay, so you have a marketing team. Tell me about how that builds up.
They just go in there, at least once a day and, post a piece of content. And it doesn't have to be anything big. It's just, that we're posting something consistent, maybe something, that's happening around town, or, once a week, we're doing our giveaway. We also do a lot on YouTube. And so we'll post like our latest YouTube video in it. So.
Are you one of these people that's generating a bunch of leads off of YouTube too? Especially in Texas? Why all these Texas?
Oh, yeah. It's crazy. Client events. So many people walk up and they're like, oh, we decided to move to Abilene because of your YouTube channel. So, here's the thing about Abilene. It's a small town. We do not have all the things, like Dallas does. Well, we do have, some, but we're very centrally located. So you don't have any traffic here. So it's kind of nice because you're only 2 hours to Fort Worth, 3 hours to Austin, 3.5 to San Antonio. So we're just centrally located. But we have a lot of people that have moved from California, of course, to Texas. And, and a lot of them have ended up choosing to move here versus the bigger cities just from watching our YouTube channel. So like even during COVID, there's such terrible videos, but my daughter and I went and just drove around town showing just, like what the town looked like.
Wow.
But if you've never been here, you can kind of see, it's not pretty, but it's a good family town. We actually have a lot of people that move here and they're like, we will never stay here. And then they ended up retiring just because,
Well, gotta love that location. I just went to Austin for the first time, like couple weeks ago for Zillow, and I love that. Obviously I play music, so I thought it was super cool, right?
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit. So I thought it was super cool. So the marketing team. So they work on the YouTube, they work on the Facebook group. What's the marketing team built up of?
We have 2 people. You mean how many people and stuff?
Yeah,
Yeah.
what are their jobs and all that?
So, Caleb does like all of our videos and photography. And then he like designed our logo. I mean, he does a lot of that stuff. And then Amanda does everything else, like getting everything on Facebook, getting our content, making sure all of our emails go out to our database. So just making sure that all the little bitty things are done because, especially in this market right now, you want to be keeping up with all of your past clients. And so we really try to do everything that we can to stay top of mind to our clients and making sure that they have a lot of touches. Something else that we just started, and I mean, this is on me, we should have started this a long time ago, is reaching out to all of our past clients. Like, last month I called all of the clients that closed in November, like in a year, and just said, happy home anniversary. I wasn't asking for business, just, if you need a repair guy, if you need somebody, to do hair, like if you need any recommendations, let us know. And so, we've been trying to work because we didn't have that like separated. So we've been trying to work on getting, even down more like that so that we can be contacting our past clients every month.
Yeah.
For something different so that we have even more touches. So we have our client events. We're sending them stuff. And of course we call everybody for client events, but then we're also contacting them, the year that they had their home anniversary, because I was just thinking, right now we need listings, right? So that could be a way. Maybe they're wanting to sell their house.
Yeah. And you did it yourself, which is big.
Yes, I did.
I think a lot.
I want to make sure that, I just think that there's a lot of things that need to be done and, everybody's busy doing things, lead generating. And so past clients, I think, are a big deal. I want to keep our past clients, and our team. And so I want to make sure that I'm reaching out to them too. And I think they get excited too whenever they hear from the team leader. And I think that that's something that I should have been doing long time ago and didn't. And again, that's on me.
Yeah, that's great. I love that. Like, I've been talking to more people about this lately, like the organic, old school, almost way of real estate.
Yeah.
Right. I've never been that guy. I've always been the online, like digital guy. So when I hear about stuff like what you're telling me, it's kind of inspiring because that's the cool thing about real estate for me. There's so many different ways to lead generate. Right. And you're obviously super business.
Yeah, we've always done, like we always have had a lot of incoming leads. And so, yeah, I would rather probably just call leads. But I mean, your sphere is, they're people that know you. And so I've just tried to be really more into, thinking of how can I call them? What's a good because I think right now too, of course, you don't want to be like trying to get them to buy anything either with the interest rate. I mean, they are dropping, but I think offering them something of value. So, do you need a repair person's name? Do you need anything? And just asking them questions. And I think they really appreciate that.
Yeah, that's great. And anybody can do that. And you don't need anything fancy at all, except for your cell phone, or not even a cell phone. You could use a rotary phone if if that's what you're stuck on, right? That is great. So, how much of your business do you think comes from like past clients and referrals?
Oh, a lot of it does. I think we do a really good job with our past clients, just in all the things that we do. We have the moving truck, and then all the other things that I've talked about. So we get a lot from past clients. We get a lot of referrals from them. So we try to do pop buys. So not all the time, but, we try to get, some of those done. Anything that you can get from a past client is, free business. Yeah. I mean, you've already paid for it in some, form or fashion.
Well, I mean, it's free and it's many times easier to earn than getting like a PPC lead and calling them 100 times and chasing them around, right? Like we would always rather work on the referral. Just this week, my team meeting with all my agents, we had the same conversation, and here we are talking about it. It must have been meant to be. Maybe I manifested it like what we were saying. So if they're like, speak to a typical agent right now in any market, what advice would you give to the agent out there trying to make it happen?
I think that, well, number one, I see so many people and they are secret agents, you know? They don't ever tell anybody that they've gotten their real estate license. And, when I started in 2007, maybe we had Facebook. I don't really think we did. If we did, I probably didn't use it back then. But, now you just have so many outlets that are free, you know? And so that's what I'm always telling my team is to make sure that you're posting, something about real estate. I don't care if you share what I have, just make sure that you're posting something about real estate, and then something about your family, because at the end of the day, whenever we get a client, what's the first thing we do? We Google them. We want to make sure, do they have a mugshot? Um, who are they? I mean, everybody does it. Well, they do the same thing about you. And so if they Google you and you show up on Facebook and you're not even posting anything about that you do real estate, I mean, do they really think that you're somebody that they're going to want to use? I mean, I wouldn't. And I always do, I always look up everybody if, I'm going to use them, because I want to know, what are they doing? What have they done?
Absolutely.
Kind of thing. And so I would just start getting out there, posting content, do videos. And I'm going to tell you, I posted a video the other day, and we actually showed one of the first videos that I ever made. Oh my gosh. It is the most horrible, horrible thing. I'm literally standing at the camera like this and just talking. I'm not smiling at all. And at the very end, it's with, one of those companies. And it was before you could see yourself, they could see me. And at the very end, I finally smiled. And we sent that out to my database, and I'm just like, what the heck was that? So at the end of the day, if you just start doing videos, you're going to get better. So, but you've got to start, and it's free to do on social media.
100%. I agree with you so much. When I first started, I've been a realtor for 9 years. One of my kids may walk in and say bye as they go to school. That's real life. That's real life. Are they going to say bye? They think I'm doing a podcast. They will say bye. Okay, they just walked out. But yeah. When I first started, I've been a realtor 9 years. My anniversary of 10 years is next month, January. I would do 15-second videos on Instagram all day long. And the appearance just became reality. I faked it till I made it. Yeah. Right? So that's great. Yes, social media. And for the agents listening to, piggyback on what Tonya said, do it just to check off the damn box. Find some stuff to post every day. And the perfect example for anybody listening to this, anywhere their business, is John friggin' Cheplack. The dude posts more than anybody, spends no money on marketing, has built a really good business by doing it.
Yeah.
Right, good. How about team leaders, aspirational or team leaders out there right now? What kind of advice do you have for them, Tonya?
Oh, gosh. I think that, a lot of, I never thought I would be a team leader when I started real estate. It's just, you get into it, you're going to sell some houses, and then this is what happens. I've learned so many lessons along the way of, I think one of the biggest lessons that I've learned in the past year is, whenever and I was told this a lot, but I never really listened to it. If you have anything, like, I guess, any people on your team or anything bad that's going on, it's better to move that out and have good energy on your team. I don't know if that makes sense, but we had a lot of that, and we've rebuilt our team in the past year, and it's been so much better. It's just been like a whole, new thing. We've always been a pretty small team. So we've done about 400 units with about 10 agents.
Wow.
So,
good for you.
But what I learned from that is I should have been growing more. I should have been recruiting, because whenever you do lose people, it takes a lot of your production with you. So
KFR, you already know.
recruiting is key. And I think that's a big thing, that you've got to be doing all the time. So
Yes,
recruiting,
good.
making videos, creating content, all the things.
This is why I like talking to you, because we say the same thing just in a different style. So it's super cool. If anybody wants to send you some juicy business, how do they do it?
You can always reach me on Instagram, Tonya Harbin, Facebook, my email, phone number, wherever. You can just Google me. I'll pop up.
Are we friends on the Instagram, Tonya? I'm gonna look right now.
Gosh, don't watch all my videos.
I'm going to. It's Tonya Harbin.
I put one yesterday of my grandson and his little like ring thing around his neck.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see it. Cute.
Well, talking about, whenever new agents are asked how many homes they sold this year.
And I like it. You have a lot of thumbnails on your Instagram grid too, which I think is important. And we're not as consistent on that.
Something that I do is, I research everything, trying to see like what you should be doing, what you shouldn't be doing on social media, all the different things. And so I think that's a big part of real estate too, is looking what did people do in other cities or in other states that you could bring back to what you do either in your business and your personal brand. Because I think also as real estate agents, we're building our team, but we're also building our personal brand. And that's something that I didn't realize that I should be doing until probably like a year ago. So I was way behind on everything.
But you're killing it now. And now we have your first podcast in the book, and we're going to have a bunch of people sending you business. And Tonya, I just want to thank you. This was great. As soon as we get done, I'm going to send an email to someone on my team to create that Facebook group. I think I sent the email a couple of times. Maybe it's my fault. It's definitely my fault for not following up. And for all our viewers and listeners out there, send Tonya some business. Follow her on the social media channels. And if you got something out of this episode of the Reside Platform Podcast, please like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next episode.